Welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age The Veilguard. Today, we're gonna go meet Morrigan in the crossroads and see what she needs from us. I have hopefully, I think, officially fixed the input lag. It ended up being my HMIs, surprisingly enough. They were trying to allocate resources to certain areas that it wasn't even using, which was like my extra TV that I use for watching things. But from what I can tell, there's no input lag now. So if you've been watching the episodes from for the last couple of days, I do apologize, but they are fixed now, so we shouldn't have to worry about that.
Well met, Rook.
Alright, Morgan, what do you need?
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Alluvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Alluvians in general, yes, but not the Dread Wolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solus and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solus spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait. How do you know exactly what we saw of Solus's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dread Wolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
Something about spirits.
So, if Mythal was originally a spirit, maybe that's how she survived her body's death.
Very good. Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit she returned, her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again she was struck down, on this occasion by Solus. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
And you're her?
So you're the next host of Mythal?
Believe it or not, as you choose.
What? That was like how Elganon and Gillenane can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you, then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
Sure do. Can you help against the gods?
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elganon, or Solus?
The last time Mythal faced Elganon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solus?
You may recall he murdered Mythal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right.
Okay, how did you and Solus get along?
You would have met Solus in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mythal's memories. At the time, I thought Solus a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
How did this all happen?
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mythal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh,
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
Sounds incredibly weird.
this isn't the strangest thing I've heard, but it's close.
'Tis difficult to describe, even now. Mythal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
Why aren't you elven?
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
I'd like to move on.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mythal.
I am not Mythal in her entirety, but yes, the Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solus?
What do you?
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solus better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solus and Mythal? I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
He's torn, but doesn't know it.
Solus talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices. But it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think, deep down, he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solus your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solus was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
I'll be ready.
If that's what it takes.
Such determination. Have you not even a tremor of doubt?
Wouldn't do me any good.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solus recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
There are two Mythals.
Another fragment of Mythal, in addition to the one inside you.
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
This works for me.
I'll survive. What do I need to know?
You know Solus, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gillenane, or against the Dreadwolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
Any suggestions?
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly, but the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanurus, and then by Solus, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
Both types of spirits.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solus is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand, inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Well,
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
I only ask that you reflect upon what I have said. The Dreadwolf is not so apart from the world as he thinks. There, you have the advantage of him.
Alright, let's go mess some people up. There, Mythal. Yeah. Oh man, take me away.
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole. Prevail, or be sundered completely.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Okay, we're gonna switch up the party while we're here. Mainly I just want to see who has the lowest thing going here. They're all actually even now-ish. Tasha's still pretty low, so we'll have her come along. Plus, she's gonna be pretty important here. So we'll bring her. Now, turmeric. I kinda want to switch this up here. This ability. I think I want to do Fortune Favor. And then I want to take away this and put it into Fortune's Favor instead. When the effect ends, you gain Deflect, or you're going to gain Movable. I kind of like Deflect. Plus 2 seconds, or when the effect ends, you are healed by 20%. Kind of want the second. So, when activated, you'll gain precision. When the effect ends, nearby enemies take 150 damage and are knocked back. And then gain 10% rage each second you're vulnerable. Yeah, I think that's gonna be better for her. So we'll have, so that'll do that. So now we kind of just want someone who can apply weakening, which is kind of still Davern, or it could be Bellara. We could do Bellara. Yeah, let's do Bellara, and let's see Bellara's skills, because we can. I think I might move some stuff around here for that too. If you haven't guessed, there's gonna be a fight, so I just want to make sure we're prepped for this one. What else does she have? She has the towards the front of the battlefield. Ooh, actually, that might be really good with her. I'd say get rid of the healing, though. I don't think we can get rid of the healing. And she has to do this for Tosh, right? Yeah. So what if we get rid of the Sunder? Yeah, let's try that, and then we'll go to the skills here, and we'll want the Sunder on this one. Put some into that. Let's see how that goes. Alright. I think we're gonna be as ready as we can be for this one. There's a chest up there. I also got some coding I have to catch up on. So I have been slacking in that department. That's my fault.
That has to be her.
We talking or fighting?
Guess we'll find out.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never thought to see children of the Titans scurrying about in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am.
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to avenge the Titans from whom you were born? Or did you come to ask me to give up what remains of myself to help you defeat the monsters Elganan and Gillenane have become?
Die, Titan Murderer. Oh, that's awesome. We're gonna do that. I didn't know that was gonna be an option. But I will say this before we do this. I highly recommend, if you didn't fight the Blighted Dragon in the Crossroads, so the one that was green, I recommend asking for her help. Because then she will come into that fight, and she'll come in as a dragon and help you for the mid part of that fight. I did that my first playthrough, and then she gives you a unique weapon, I believe, afterwards. But I haven't actually fought her, and I figured this could be a pretty cool episode. I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't do this part. They might have tried to got her to help her. So I thought it'd be pretty cool content. So let's hop in. Die, Titan Murderer.
After what you did to the Titans, I'm not asking for anything. I'm taking your essence to help me stop your friends.
An honest answer. Good. You desire the essence of a god and think you deserve it. Then take it if you can!
Ooh. Let's go. Let's go.
Everyone get ready.
Here we go.
Oh, that's so cool. Alright, ladies, let's do this. That, this.
Clear out.
Get wrecked.
Right.
Get over here.
There we go. Move it. Got it. There, she's open.
It's open. It's on that bitch.
You bet.
Bad guy. Oh, that's not fun. Come on in, baby girl. We got some fighting to do.
You gotta move.
There we go, Tosh.
Ready for a fall.
Halfway. About halfway. Soundtrack.
Watch it.
Oh, yes.
You got it.
Stop.
I'm ready.
Oh, don't fly away. Come back. Okay. Okay.
Ready.
Heal me up.
Get out of the way. Good help.
Come here. Get wrecked!
Okay.
Never better.
Woo-hoo!
We did it.
Damn. Did it. Killed her. She's dead. Dead like Din Din. Oh, that was cool. That was a cool fight, man. Damn. I almost like that more than the fucking getting her to help you type of shit, dude. That was a fun fight. Ooh.
It's ours. The essence of a god.
This is to save everyone. She'll understand. Eventually.
It burns just being near it. But this is the power we need to finish this.
Great. So what do we do with it?
I think the moment is coming. When we can turn the tide, we'll know.
Quest complete. Congratulations, Red Wolf. The team defeated the proud and angry fragment of Mythal that met them in the battlefield. They now have a magical keepsake, the kernel of her essence, which may be useful in a future fight. Ooh. Also got a new item, the Pale Reflection. Alright, plus 20% damage versus enemies with low health. Standard enemies are now always considered to have low health. Does not affect boss enemies. And then defeat an enemy grants 5% of the ultimate. Ooh! I kinda like that. Let's try that out for a bit, shall we? Some more codexes here. Oh no, this is actually a note. A refuge for Mythal. Solus always thought Mythal would join us eventually, that she was better than the rest of the Evanaris. She made this place so she'd be comfortable here when she joined the rebellion. Now it's too late. Solus has sealed this place off. Out of grief, he won't let me in. I'm sorry, my friend. There was something left for the war to take from you after all. Bless him. Oh shit, eh? Now, how do you like them apples? That would be the end of this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more stuff, head on over to my channel. Hit that subscribe button while you're there. It definitely helps me and the channel grow. And hint time. And by hint, I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen, okay? I will be going to Spain in about a week and a half. While I'm there, I will have these videos ready to be preloaded onto like I usually do, but it'll be a new series. It's going to be the beginning of our Arkham series. If you've been following me for a long time, you know I did a hard live playthrough a while back, but we're just going to actually put them as videos on YouTube now. I know it's an older game, it's nothing new. But if you do want to go into that journey with me, I've played that game many, many times. So we'll start with Asylum, and then that will be kind of our filler for each of the games that I decide to play this year. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode, though, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace!